Just give me a break on camera placement. I'll throw something out there that a lot of people. Do you know why? Do you know? Do you know why the Spygate started?
Why?
All right. NFL Films bitched that. I'm sorry, we're on a podcast, right? So I speak freely.
Yeah.
NFL Films, Sables. They screamed that they have the exclusive rights, except for news organizations, to and whoever is broadcasting a game, to film from the sidelines. They screamed about it. They said we're going to go to court for it. And that's why the rule was instituted that you cannot tape from the sidelines anymore, that you had to move upstairs, that you had to be in a certain area to tape. Okay, the fact that you can still tape. It just has to be in this certain area and not on the sidelines. That's why the rule was instituted. And Belichick just said, "Screw you! I'm going to tape whatever I want from wherever I want." And that's what started this entire thing, the Sable family.
Wow, I did not know that.
I heard that from it's been a while. 2 sources that were at the NFL offices, and 1 guy in the Patriots that confirmed it. And that's why the rule was instituted. And all this flack for where you tape somebody, where you, in an era where you can take a picture of a fly or a gnat on a camel's ass in the middle of freaking the desert from space. Okay, that's how good cameras are, and it's a big deal as to where you place your camera in during a game when you're taping another team. It has nothing. You can tape anybody you want. You can do whatever you want. Why do you think that that coaches stand in front of the sidelines with a menu in front of their face, a laminated menu, so people can't read their lips?
Yeah.
That's it, and that's what started it. And then the second thing with Brady and air pressure. I mean, come on, give me a break. Tom Brady needs to lower the air pressure to be amazing. I don't think so.
I loved the whole deflate thing that apparently that they discovered it in around halftime of that game with the Colts. So so the second half, with the correct balls, Brady had like an even better, one of the best halves of his career. It's like,
right,
yeah, you really think it's the deflated balls that makes me so good? I'll show you.
Yep, there you go. About the only thing that you could say to that effect is talking about maybe a running back and holding on to the ball. Some of the balls that they said that Mort gave numbers on, you literally could not throw down a football field if they were that underinflated, and it just steamrolled from there, and it fed into this propaganda machine that the NFL Network, and it goes back to what we're talking about in propping up the league. It puts more interest in the league. More people watch Patriots games than any other game on any other team in the country. That's why. What was it this year? 6 of their first 7 games were primetime games. Because people tune in to either watch the Patriots and root for them or hate the Patriots, and that's it. God, man, I took us completely off of topic, didn't I, man?
It's okay. it's not really. I think that's what we were talking about anyway. So
yeah,
it's all good. It's all good. But for this game and the Patriots this year, it's kind of weird that they got they're 9-4, but they got all their losses away. Is there a reason for that?
I don't. For some reason, they have a very difficult time running the ball on natural grass. This has been a constant with this team, that when they're running the ball on natural grass, they do not have a good time. It is not an evening at the park. They do much better on turf than they do on the natural on natural grass. I think that plays a huge part in it. Other than that, I can't put my finger on anything that it really goes to why the Patriots have struggled on the road. It's not like they have never gone into a hostile environment before. It's been happening since Tom Brady won his second Super Bowl. Everybody decided they were going to hate the Patriots and hate Brady after that. It's very difficult to put a finger on. A lot of teams, like I said in the past, they put all their eggs into the Patriots basket, and teams do get up for them. And when you're at home, there's always an advantage when you're at home, and they don't want to let their home crowd down or something. I don't want to say that the Patriots played down to other people's talent level or up to other people's talent level, but you could argue that too.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, yeah, it is something. Now, one player that has really killed the Steelers every time they play is Rob Gronkowski.
True.
But he doesn't seem to be having the greatest year. Is he hurt or getting old, or what do you think it is?
The theory going is the fact that he is banged up. He is hurt. His back has been bothering him. His knee has been bothering him. I am not in that camp. I wrote an article a few weeks ago that talked about the TB12 method and the fact that Rob Gronkowski has embraced the TB12 method. And I'm sure you folks don't know it as well as a lot of other people, but basically, Tom Brady's method teaches resistance training and pliability, flexibility. They tell you to stay out of weight rooms. These are things that are very beneficial to a quarterback in the NFL. It may be very beneficial to you or I or a wide receiver. It is not beneficial to, this is just my opinion, it is not beneficial to Rob Gronkowski. It might be beneficial, let me change that. It might be beneficial to Rob Gronkowski. It's not beneficial to Gronk. Okay, to be Gronk, you need to be throwing giant York plates around in gyms as often as possible. I do not see a issue with his speed off the line the way some other people do, and his speed in getting down the field the way some people do. I see an issue with his power game. You saw what they did last year in Pittsburgh, what he was able to do. We're only 11, 12 months from that, and look at him now. Rob Gronkowski couldn't get a yard after the catch when they needed a first down 2 weeks ago. He couldn't do it. They needed to get the sticks. He caught it a yarder, and he could not drag a DB 3 feet. I think it's a strength issue and a conditioning issue. Now, he's been doing this for quite some time, and people took me to task for that. He's been on the TB12 method for quite some time. He was on it all last year. But it takes time to get out of that shape, as well as, getting into that kind of shape. I think the work that he had done earlier in his career allowed him to excel last season. And I think this season, he's banged up a little bit, but just in my opinion, I think getting away from the gym and working out at TB12 with resistance bands and getting massages has not been really beneficial to Rob Gronkowski being Gronk on Sunday.
That's funny. I talked to another Patriots person, and he said the exact same thing. That TB12 is might be messing up Gronk, and it makes so much sense. You're right.
I hope
you
they
need
read
to
me.
Be strong.
I hope they stole that from me.
Yeah, you're right. A quarterback can benefit from that. Wide receiver probably, but yeah, a tight end needs to be strong, especially Gronk. That's one of his things that he's known for is being so strong. So if you're going away from the weights, that is not good.
No, it's really not. This isn't baseball. He is not a quarterback. He is not Julian Edelman. He is not Danny Amendola. Those are all guys that have embraced this system of working out, and I've read it, and I've read his book from cover to cover, and I would never tell a linebacker, a defensive or offensive lineman. I would never tell a fullback. I would never tell. I honestly, I don't think I would tell a halfback, or never mind Rob Gronkowski, to go out and embrace this. I'd tell Travis Kelce, because he's a kid that plays out on the outside anyway, to go ahead and do it. It might increase his career, but he's not really a tight end. He's not, and but Rob Gronkowski, no, it's just, it does not lend to a long and illustrious career as a football player.
Yeah. So, how do you think this game will play out? How do you think Patriots will do in Pittsburgh?
Well, I think they'll do well, because once you guys don't run on natural grass down there, do you?
It actually, no, it is natural grass.
It is grass? Oh,
yep.
Son of a seek. All right, then we're dead in the water. Forget about it. It's over. It's over. No, I think if they can establish my keys to the game are to establish the run early and to limit the run of the Steelers. I think the Steelers are going to try to attack inside with their running game, not try to get too much to the edge. So stopping the run and establishing the run is going to be paramount for Brady and company this week. I think it's going to play out the way most of these games play out. Last year, it came right down to the end. This year, I think it'll do the same. I'm seeing a 27-24 game. It's just who has it. I hate to do this, man. I hate to say who has the ball at the end of the game is going to win it, but it just might come down to that. Your running backs are, God, they've got Stephen Ridley talking junk in the papers.
I heard that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I really, man.
Here's how bad it is. We have Connor, because Bell is gone. Connor has been doing great, but he's hurt. So
he's hurt.
Basically, our running backs right now are Stephen Ridley or a guy we drafted in the 6th round that has never run the ball in college, and he was the one starting ahead of Ridley. That's what we think of Ridley. Yeah.
Is it Jalen Samuels?
Jalen Samuels, yeah.
Yeah, that's the kid.
He's a great pass catcher, but he can't run for crap.
Right.
And it's really hurting the Steelers, because their basic hope is that Connor gets healthy real quick. That's
right.
That's their running game right there.
I have no idea if Connor is in or out this week. I don't know if you've heard anything. Has he practiced?
He has not practiced.
Yeah.
They're hopeful. If I were to guess, I would say he probably won't play, or if he does play, it would be very limited. So, because they're calling it a high ankle sprain, and those usually don't last just 1 week. So
I actually called that when it happened. I said, yep, that looks like a high ankle sprain right there. But they're going to have to do this. One of the problems with Tomlin is the fact that he's so stubborn. It's unreal. You guys have been running the same defense down there for 20 years, and he won't get out of it. And if you're going to stick in that D, Tom Brady is going to be able to pick you apart. So if the Patriots can establish the run, get the play action going, I really don't see how he's going to have a great deal of difficulty down there. Last year it was man, Gronk completely went off on this team. I forget who it was that was covering him. God.
What, for the Steelers?
Yeah.
Sean Davis, I believe, at the end.
So that's, he's going to be able to exploit that. And it's going to come down to, I think the Patriots are going to focus on stopping the run game early and put the ball in Ben's hands, and then they will